Hey, Supreet. So when did you take the ComIT course and what was the course about?
So I took the course last January, in January 2020. That's when I started, January to March. And it was an intro to Java course that I did with ComIT. And it was during the time when things were being split up with COVID. So the first half of the course was in class, and then the second half was online. So um, yeah, it was a good experience.
That's good to hear. So where are you currently working?
So currently I'm working at a company called NSD Tech in Winnipeg. I'm working as a front-end developer, and I'm working with directly working with clients and helping them set up their websites.
So what made you interested in taking the Java course with ComIT?
So initially I wasn't aware of ComIT and its programs that it had offered, but actually my father, he recommended me this course because some of his family friends and like co-workers recommended it to him. So it actually got me really intrigued. I did some research. I found a course that I can actually gain value from, and sent an application in and gladly got it. And I was happy to know that I got accepted.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So what previous work experience did you have before taking the Java course with ComIT?
So before taking the Java course, I worked as a full stack web developer with a company in Regina. I was working on projects that they were handling directly. The company was directly handling with the government of Saskatchewan. So some of really cool, groundbreaking stuff that they were doing, and I was really happy to be proud of. So um, then I moved to Winnipeg, and in my second job as a software developer as well, there I was working with uh, a company in downtown Winnipeg that was responsible for um, sort of handling and managing um, like um, the travel informations and travel like it was a travel website that they were managing, and I was just responsible for maintaining uh, different parts of that website. So that was also a very good experience, very different, but good experience.
That's good to hear. Yeah. So it's obvious that you're kind of you did have experience previously in tech, but would it be fair to say that the ComIT course allowed you to kind of further your career in tech and kind of make your resume and just you more approachable to companies?
Yeah, for sure. I would say I gained a lot of experience, even as a student learning, and you know um, refreshing my knowledge about Java. So the instructor is really great, and I met people who were in the same boat as me, which is also really nice. And Pablo, the organizer of ComIT, was a great help because he was always there and he was ready to help you no matter what. So it's always good to know that you have that kind of support um, from the head of an organization, which is really cool. And then as well, like access to um, amazing people like yourself and Jess and Noah, who are really working night and day to help you tailor your resume to the jobs that you're trying to apply to, and help you set up those mock interviews, as well. Just add value to who you are as a person as well as a professional. So in the end, it was a really amazing experience for me, and that sort of, in addition to my previous experience and education, helped me become a better professional as well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I think something that is definitely undervalued in um, day-to-day lives is that kind of resume experience, you kind of get through a program along with learning programming languages and kind of app development knowledge as well. So during your job search, what did you find that kind of worked for you, and what did you find that really didn't work well for you?
So yeah, it depends. It's very different from everybody's approach, right? It's just, I would say, it kind of comes down to experience. But um, something that worked for me was actually reaching out to like companies after applying. So let's say I applied to this one company, and let's say if I can find someone off contact on LinkedIn or um, even on their website, that I would send an email to saying, hey, my name is Gunreet, and just introduce myself and say uh, what I've been doing, and here's my resume, and I've also applied online. I was wondering if I can, have a chat with you or talk to, like, meet up for coffee or something like that. So something that would just like put my resume out there on top of the other stack that's probably already there. So that's something that I recommend as well to like other people who are currently also looking for a job. Something that didn't work for me, I would say, is the shotgun approach, which means you have one resume, you sort of tailor it to a very generic, basic way. Um, it might have a lot of experience and might have a lot of even good projects. But if you have that very generic one that you can apply to 50 companies in 1 hour, it might not grab as much attention because they you'll miss a lot of things that you want to say about yourself, the way you want to present it. So although it does take some time, I highly recommend to tailor each resume according to the job description that you find. Um, and that's something that I learned from the professionals there at ComIT as well. So yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I think LinkedIn is an undervalued resource. I think a lot of people haven't quite tapped into. Like you said, kind of researching jobs on LinkedIn is definitely a great way to kind of further your chances of getting hired. So kind of to wrap it up, what would you tell someone who is currently in a ComIT course or someone who is thinking about taking a ComIT course?
So yeah, so if somebody is already in a course, I would tell them to, just actually come to class. I know a lot of people are very enthusiastic in the beginning, and some of them actually lose interest after the first few classes because it's something that they think they're never going to understand, or it's too hard, and it just doesn't meet their expectations. Um, just you have to give it time. I feel programming and IT is something that doesn't come to you overnight. It's I think somebody said it's more like a marathon and not a race. So you have to kind of stick to it, give it time, learn stuff, build code and programs from what you learned, and kind of move on from there. So yeah, just keep at it. It will be frustrating at times, very frustrating at times. You might want to throw your computer at a wall. Don't do that. Just kind of keep grinding, and yeah, don't be afraid of the grind. Yeah, the more you grind, the more easy it'll actually become to focus and work hard, and um, yeah, and make sure you always review your code before pushing it to a build so you don't break the production. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just keep at it. Just keep grinding.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I think that perseverance is definitely something that is to be valued. Definitely kind of moving on just forward in life. So I want to thank you very much for doing an interview with us. It's going to be greatly insightful for all our current students and prospective students. All right, so thanks and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thanks a lot.